this is going to be a review of the Salomon Alp. I'll grab this one because it doesn't have a tag on it. The shoe has a lot of leather. It walks really well. It's a really comfortable shoe. So the positives are you could easily do all of your trail hiking in this shoe. There's good things and bad things about this design. One, if you're hiking in dusty areas, you don't have to worry about too much dust getting to your Gore-Tex liner. Two, if you're hiking in areas or if you need your feet to breathe, you're not going to get nearly as much breathability. So this shoe is definitely alpine oriented. It has a nice rubber toe cap. It's glued on only, so I feel there might be some durability issues, but it comes back far enough and it completely wraps the toe cap. So if you're kicking in some steps, you should be good with that. And it's got some nice kind of rubber protection all the way around. So you're getting into a higher class of shoe there. All in all, it's a really comfortable shoe to have on your foot. The Ortholite soles are extremely comfortable in this thing. It's like when you put your foot in it, you feel like you're just walking on a cloud kind of thing. So it's, in that regard, it's a really good hiker. And I like that the fact that the tongue on this shoe is super light. It doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for here? It doesn't interfere. It's really easy to get the tongue to wrap around your foot, and you don't really have any issues out of that. The toe box on this shoe is a little narrower than what I would like. Let's see, it is a 10.5 US size. So that's probably my problem with this, is I basically need to size up to an 11 or something like that. So I can't really say whether I'd really like this fit. I love this grab handle in the back. Like, if you're gonna be pulling a shoe on, this just makes it super easy. Like a lot of manufacturers have them back there, but they got the tabs, and it's just like you can't get your fingers in the loops, or they're just harder to get your fingers in the loops. This makes it super simple. You grab it, it's like you get it every time, kind of thing. So that I really do like. I mean, if you're gonna put one back there, make it functional, right? The overall build quality is solid, and it's the heaviest build that I have for a lightweight shoe. And obviously it's on the heavier end of the spectrum. The rubber on it seems to grip fairly well on my downhill slope tests, and the footbed itself is solid enough for long days on jagged rocks, that sort of thing. So you won't have any problems in the mountains doing long days, that kind of thing. It's not a lot of tread under here, so I would prefer to see a little more, to be honest. Different, maybe bigger blocks or something to have more rock traction. Like it's set up for loose traction, which I guess if you're going to be doing a lot in scree areas, it's not a big deal. But I find that for the majority of my hiking on rocks, and all in the heel rolls really nicely too. I like that. So that makes really comfortable walking in this shoe. So comparing it to the opposite end of its spectrum and breathability would be the Morel Carpa Venture. A much more breathable shoe, but they're very similar in design. So this shoe does weigh a little more, but it's got, all the leather for protection, so you're getting into what I would call more of a mountaineering type boot. All in all, it's really comfortable. This is comfortable around the ankle. I don't have any issues with pressure back here and things like that. This boot just adds breathability, and for me, that's what I need, because my feet sweat so much. I can't wear wool socks because I wet them out and they hold the water. This boot does have a nice rubber toe cap, so if you need to kick some steps, and it's actually a more robust toe cap too, which kind of surprises me a little bit there. And it's got a they actually sewed the rubber in, so hopefully that keeps it from peeling, but that's probably more of a necessity because this one has leather, and the leather is the structural rigidity of this boot, so they can glue it on or in place. So, and it's a nice rubber toe cap, and they tapered it off well. This one's the same thickness and whatnot, so all in all, the traction between the two, I don't know if you're going to find much of a difference. I don't have a lot of testing with Salomon's traction here, and I tried. This is supposed to be their edging chassis, and honestly, I just think it's marketing. I can't really tell the difference between this guy and this guy as far as me being able to stand, on the edge kind of thing. Like, it doesn't seem to make much of a difference to me. This does have your flexibility. It's a fairly stiff sole, but it flexes well. I do like the lacing system on this. You can isolate much better. Like, this shoe is really good for that. So if I had it in 11, I could probably get really good isolation. But that's about it for this shoe. It's a good design. I don't have the proper size for my foot. The last Salomons that I tried on were 10.5s, and they fit me perfectly, so I thought a 10.5 would be the perfect shoe in this one. But I would definitely need an 11 in this shoe, unless you want a real technical fit, in which case maybe a true to size. So that would be my suggestion there. Now, to go opposite end, like if you compare the Salomon Crow here, which is, they're similar in weight, to be honest. The Crow is an 11. Wow, it looks a lot bigger, but in interior, this shoe fits kind of perfect, to be honest, for me. But it's got more breathability in the edges. It's got the full rad here, so you got protection from snow on this one. I don't know, you're kind of getting into this style, although you got flexibility. So if you wanted, how I would compare these two would be, if you want crampons, you go with the Crow. If you might need crampons, but most of your hiking, like this is more of hiking oriented, and so if you're gonna do a lot of your hiking at elevation and the occasional summit and snow, this might be the way to go. If you know your snow is going to be technical ice, hard ice, this would be the way to go. So both good shoes. This is really comfortable. I really like Salomon's products and their fit for my foot. So I'm kind of interested in getting a different pair of shoes from them. But anyway, if you guys have any questions on the Salomon Alps, just let me know and I'll do what I can to compare it. Like I said, I do not have this in 11, so that would be a more fair comparison. If you were comparing that to like the North Face Fastpack 3, you would probably need this in 11 to compare it to their 10.5 as far as the way it fits. This has got a very technical fit at 10.5, like it locks your foot. And considering that it's leather, it may stretch out on you. The only problem that I see is right now my toes don't have enough room to spread out in the front. And I don't particularly say that I have white feet, but I've been wearing sandals a lot, so your toes tend to spread out if you're doing that barefoot style of hiking. Other than that, good shoe, lacks breathability, but really strong materials and really good lacing system. You can lock off really well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll do what I can to help you.